rarely, well, you mentioned when he didn't make the playoffs, he's normally got it sewn up by now, hasn't he, Rod?
Very much so.
And his throws under pressure now, Michael. Nathan opened up with a 14 dart, a potential 11 dart to follow. But that's good from Van Gerwen. Both players really focused.
81 here for the break and a 2-zip lead to the underdog Aspenol. Lovely dart for double 12. This is exquisite from Aspenol. That's wild though. And that though is a 12-dart break of throw for Aspenol.
Yeah, it's looking likely he's going to have to play in that fit. Well, whoever gets in fourth spot out of these two. They could of course finish third, but the immediate aim is just get themselves to the playoffs.
Yeah, Litler will finish top, almost certainly, and definitely if he beats Humphreys tonight in the quarter-final. Thought for a moment there he was going to go for the maxi to leave double 3.
Surely staying. Yeah, double 17. Well, he went the right way. The guy was so inviting. I mean, he got one dart at a double, why not be at double 17? But he couldn't capitalise, and Nathan Aspenol, who's 2 from 3 on the doubles, has a chance for the 3-leg lead.
The Aberdeen crowd were almost treated to the lesser spot in double 17. Now they can see a 3-leg lead if Aspenol can hit double 16. On that dart, or this one. There it is. Nathan Aspenol leads Michael Van Gerwen by 3 legs to 0. 3 more and he will be in the playoff places when they shake hands on stage.
Got by Peter Wright in his semi-final. Was beaten by Glenn, but wants to return to the playoffs, and he's going the right way about it, unless the pressure these two players are under. They're performing here. Michael's average, we'll call it 100, just dropped slightly below Nathan, up towards 101.
Well, chances here, and Aspenol gets first poke. 2 at double 10. Double 5, and Van Gerwen looking to pounce. He'll get the chance, and this is for the break, and this could be big. 2 at tops. That is BRG, and Aspenol sees his lead trimmed to a single leg.
Through quick on that visit and gets his second max, gets himself back in the leg. Be careful here, Michael. All the hard work he's done to get back on throw. That's a sloppy visit.
When you're chasing the game, you can't afford sloppy visits. And look at the reaction from the 7 times Premier League champ. Absolutely seething, and he's every right to be. Staying for another for double 10. The pesky double 10. He couldn't find it last leg. He's found it now, all right. What a finish that was. 140 out from Aspenol. He leads by 2 again. And I don't know if Van Goen will use it as an excuse if he misses the playoffs, but he did lose that week and lose the chance to pick up points and get a 6-0 defeat on the card against Gerwin Price, and that has hurt him, but he hasn't played well enough over the other weeks either, has he? Let's get it right.
Well, Michael isn't going to go quietly, but he's left himself a lot to do. This is just for a holder throw. He's going to need 4 successive legs to turn this around. Nathan won't be overly concerned about this leg. He'll switch his focus to the next leg. Have to now. Michael converts. 5-3. Aspenol, though, knows that even if he drops through here, he would have the darts into the side if we go there. He's in a brilliant position, because if they were tied, Nathan currently has more nightly wins.
123.
we've seen the 140 once in the 6th leg. If we see it again here from Nathan Aspenol, it'll bring the curtain down. It'll bring the house down. Wrong treble. Could use the 25, the bullseye area here. Well, that's what he was trying to do.
87. Michael, you require 142.
It's got him at a single to double. There's some match darting coming for Nathan here. Michael's just got to hit and hope.
52.
Nathan's put in a good performance. Can he cap it off here?
That leaves tops for the match. Right on the top wire. And right on the top wire again. Van Gerwen is still on the tightrope. Can he keep his balance? Can he take out the 90? Went treble 18, couldn't find it. Goes double on the 18s, can't find that. Nathan Aspenol can hardly get to the hockey quick enough.
And gobsmacked he went that way in that position. Some more chances for Nathan.
And Nathan Aspenol defeats Michael Van Gerwen, moves into the playoff places. And in this game of darting musical chairs, with the music beginning to fade, there's no better place to be than in a seat when the music is about to stop. And Nathan Aspenol is in it. He's in the playoff places.
Yeah, go on, then. Oh.
140.
Yeah, these two, they've met a couple of times in this Premier League. It's one apiece in terms of head-to-heads, but it was that really key moment for Bunting, that week 9 in the finals when he got the better of Gerwin Price.
He's won 4 of the last 5 against Gezi. Gerwin Price does not frighten the bullet. It's won 3 weeks. Gerwin in this year's Premier League. Takes some doing against current opposition. 1-1, nicely done. He's playing well, Stephen. I know it's 1-1, but he's playing way better than Gezi.
60.
Another county or country. Look at that, look. It's unusual, but it works for him. My word, it works for him.
Yeah, that Max just pushing his average up to 108, but what an advantage he's got here. Trying to find a way of breaking that price throw. It's proven difficult so far.
Well, Chris Doby is 2 points ahead of Stephen Bunting. And Stephen will be looking to move up the table if he can. Another 2 points will be welcome here.
96. Stephen, you require 16.
4 a break as Price leaves 1-6-2. Very much prefers the right side of the board at times, because missing on the outside does not block it, whereas over on the right, because he's over on the left, sorry, standing so far over to the right, it can obscure the target.
Stephen, you require 8.
Another chance here for Bunting. Just needs to work. It should be a good guide. It is a good guide. There is the breaker throw for Stephen Bunting.
Plus 40% on doubles. This is brilliant from Stephen.
Yeah, we've seen performances like this from him throughout the Premier League, but he's come up against someone who's just done that bit better.
I was going to say, but it's never been good enough, has it?
No, it hasn't. Might be tonight. Obviously, still a bit of a way to go.
Stephen, you require 76.
He's already taken this out, tops.
56. Gerwin, you require 150.
Really? No, why not? He's already qualified.
110.
Just the showman coming out in him.
Just kind of the standard 150 finish would be showboaty enough in that position.
It's not. It's dull.
But does it make your opponent think?
No. Oh, I don't know. Does it? Yes, it did, yeah. Because that's what he was thinking about as he was going for double five. Okay. Again, he doesn't look happy, does he, Gerwin Price?
Just worked his way in.
Small increments, it's fine. No need to rush. She's third.
Yeah, but for me, looking at the stats, the key thing is those 2 treble visits from Stephen Bunting, 9 against 1. Everything else is samey, but that's been massive. And right on cue.
And again, pals. And again, pals. Oh, wow. He knows how to hit them in the Premier League, let me tell you. The last one hit. Is it 3 in the Premier League in his history? Oh, come on then! Come on then! He just makes it look so simple. It won against Litler and lost a few weeks ago. Now he's hit one against Bunting. Laura, it's boring!
It most certainly is not boring. That was amazing. There's me going on about 140s from Bunting. Price, the 180s, the 141, the 9 darter. Absolutely electric here in Aberdeen. Well, you might hear that roar again if his 89 goes.
Well, then he'd be in a brilliant position if, I was going to say, if this double five or bullseye goes in, had to keep straight. Stephen Bunting to win the game. Nathan Aspenol waits. Twelve or treble. Double 13 now. That was a good effort.
Yeah, it was a match-winning opportunity for Bunting. Is Price going to punish?
Right marker. Don't think the single number is done and dusted. As a player, you've got to concentrate. You aim for the absolute centre. Oh, that is the centre. Wrapped up. That's a good win for Stephen Bunting. But the show was stolen by Gerwin Price by hitting another 9-darter in the Premier League. That's his 4th, not this year, but in his Premier League career.
It wasn't for me. It's one of many venues where they lost 8-1. Eyeing up the perfect leg. We've already had one tonight from Gerwin Price. Rob Cross already hit one in Brighton. It was against Nathan Aspenol. Surely not again.
Surely not.
72.
Well, such has been the regularity of the 9-dart legs. It seems like we're having one every week. It's not quite that, but it's not far off one every other week on average. And Gerwin Price now with 4 in his Premier League career. Incredible, really. The 9-dart king. Had one at the World Championship, he's had one in the match play.
And again, Rob Cross missing double 16 with Doby not on the finish. So he'll need that extra visit. But again, Doby looking to apply pressure like he did in leg 2. A bit sloppy that last one.
16, no bother. Well, not literally, because that would make it very difficult for Cross to compete. He's still got 3 darts in his hand, but he needs to score heavily with them. Needs another big treble and finds it on his favourite big treble, that treble 18. Loves to switch to that segment. And he may utilise it again on 140, like he did to win the World Darts Championship on that never-to-be-forgotten night against Philip Taylor.
Chris will be a little disappointed, but he knows he's going to look at that 78. Decent last start from Rob, but this for our first break.
Two at double 12 for a two-leg lead. Double 6 eastern side. Gets it. Chris Doby on song and on top here.
This is a really good display from Chris Doby. Just under 107 average. He's finishing at 57%, 4 maxes. And this is what Chris Doby can do.
Doesn't need to entertain a bullseye bid at the end of this visit and go this way for double 16 because Rob Cross was out of finishing range. Doby had his wits about him. He's left double 16. And that is for a 5-2 lead and a potential 13 darter here for Hollywood. Closing in. Double 8.
He started the opening leg, we finish on double 8, and he hits double 8 for a 5-2 advantage. 3 successive legs for Hollywood. He's one away.
Chris Doby here with an average of 106.
Chris Doby will be all too aware not to write off Rob Cross when you've got him in a commanding position. I mentioned that match at the World Championship a couple of years ago when he led 4-0. There was a match at the match play the previous year to that. Chris led 8-2 in the race to 10 and was beaten. He's got to be forceful with this advantage. Wants to prolong this third quarter-final. Misses the double 6. And this is a chance for Chris Doby to cap off a fine display.
Brilliant dart for double 18. Delightful dart from Doby. And Hollywood humbles Rob Cross with a comprehensive victory here in the Granite City.
Compared to everyone else, he's qualified as well. So he's going to qualify with these two and Gezi. We do not know yet. But Luke Humphries, he started all right here. He's on a 9.
Yeah, could this be the perfect start for Luke Humphries? Already seen one tonight. Humphries, yeah, going to add to the 9 dart tally. You're just in one of those moods tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know what's that. No one knows it. Well, it's for an early break. And these two, Humphries being number 1 in the world, Litler 2. Litler 1 in the Premier League so far, Humphries 2. Tops! It's a great way to go, that, the 16s. If you play at home, do that. Yeah, last week's final was... It was everything you expected. It was just good from start to finish. It was close.
I just think the pair of them got all the ingredients for a really long, ongoing rivalry.
Just walked with the last start, didn't he? My goodness. We're halfway through the third leg. There's been 5 180s. Don't hit one here, pal. Oh, come on now. Dance is difficult. Come on.
Yeah, unbelievable.
What's happening? Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, of course, I was a bit slow on the uptake, then I realised. Let me tell you, the players are in the practice room. They're watching this, thinking, what on earth is going on. Because, yes, they're world-class. They know that. They can play like this. But these two do it more often than any other players on the planet.
Yeah, Humphreys registering just the 5th maximum so far. Leg number 5.
Just no time to breathe.
82.
This for a holder throw. Double 8. Honestly. Both averaging 116. Look at it. And look where they're in the 60s. Just like it grew there, look. That's 6. We've only just started the 7th leg. That's 4. We've only just started the 7th leg. It's 10 in the match. I know you can add up, I'm just saying. Oh, God, I've had enough. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is an absolute joke. This is ridiculous. Even they're finding it funny. The excitement in the arena every time one of them hits a 60 at the start of a leg. They're thinking 9.
Well, there have been so many perfect starts, and that is maximum number 9 for Luke Humphreys.
What a game. Oh, isn't this just the greatest sport in the world, eh? Seriously, come on.
And they make it look so effortless.
I tried to play it, I just fouled, but this is unbelievable. What a game to wrap up. That is extraordinary. Luke Humphreys, we know it's not all about averages. I'm just giving you some 110 average and gets beaten by 6 legs to 3. 5 180s for Luke Litler to Humphreys 9, 115.96. Luke Litler, not only does he beat Luke Humphreys, he is guaranteed to top the table.
Yeah, he does indeed. Nothing is quite sealed up in terms of position other than Luke Litler finishing top of the table.
So, if Asenol can get into 3rd at the end of 16 weekly rounds, he'd play the 2nd place player, which will be Humphreys, as opposed to if he's 4th, he plays the 1st place player, which will be Litler. Mind you, you're talking about frying pans and fires.
So neither are particularly appealing, are they? And
not really.
Especially after that quarter-final performance from them both.
I think you could think of easier assignments. And a longer format too in the semi-finals and final, which should play into the hands of the higher ranked and better rated players. It should, in theory. 32 for 3-zip here, the Asp. Double 8, the shift slightly. And now the big switch to double 4 as Stephen Bunting waits to have a look at 70. The Asp bares his fangs and goes 3 up, halfway to the winning post. Well, you do feel that no lead is safe against Luke Litler. Aspenol here, purring.
140.
Yeah, that 140 leaves 86 if Aspenol gets the opportunity to return. You feel this has to go for Bunting. Double 14 for a 1-2-1.
It's a near miss, but it is a miss, and now Bunting vulnerable again to a second break by the Asp. Should get at least a look at the bullseye at the end of it. He'll hope for 2 at double 16. He won't get them. He'll get a look at the bull. Aspenol. on fire here in the semi-final, backing up the big win over Van Gerwen with another blistering display. Average of 102 here, Aspenol. 4-0 up on Bunting, and still hitting the red bit.
139.
Good last from Stephen Bunting, just ensuring when he comes back he has a finish.
Ooh. And Stephen Bunting now has control of the fifth leg.
Stephen require 134.
Lovely setup.
We've seen some big finishes tonight. Nathan Aspinall at the 160 to go within one of the final.
Well, could he? No, he couldn't. Stephen Bunting has only had 2 darts and a double in this entire match. He's going to get another 3 here if he needs them. At tops. Double 10. Oh, well, he hasn't had a look at a double more than twice in the match. And suddenly when he did see it, he couldn't hit it.
You see Nathan Aspinall really, he's living every tart up on that stage at the moment.
Double 5, 5-0. Well, I'm not a mind reader, but it wouldn't be impossible for Asenol to have mentally put the cue back in the rack here with that big 5-0 lead, now 5-1 of course. Still got to seal the deal. This will help. That will help to some tune to leave a match-winning double unless Bunting takes out the 62, which he can on double 4. Ooh. Double 4. Oh, he's unlucky there. The first dart acted as a goalkeeper. And this to reach the final in Aberdeen. Nathan Aspinall wants double 14. What a night this is in the Granite City for this Granite professional, Nathan Aspinall. First he beat Van Gerwen to move into the playoff places. Now he beats Bunting to move into the final.
Chris Doby's already had a good night, Mark, overtaking Rob Cross, moving up a place in the table.
Yeah, with a good performance as well. So for Chris, hang about. Luke, hang on, eyeing up a 9 down. We already had one tonight for Gerwin Price, and Littler's done pretty much anything else tonight, so why not hit a 9-darter? Come on, pal.
Just looks like it's going to happen a lot of the time. Something to get used to over the next few years.
Doby fires in a max of his own. And it's Litler for the opening leg. Bullseye. Outside chance now for Chris Doby, courtesy of that max. Some way to win the opening leg against the throw, and it's on.
It's still on. Bullseye!
28.
To wrap up the opening leg. And he does, and we rarely see miss on that double 10. Littler strikes first.
He's looked on it this evening, as is this man.
Decent switch from Luke. Chris is looking so likely every time he steps up to the hockey, not just in this game, but earlier on as well. Playing well in Aberdeen here, Chris.
Didn't get a dart at the bullseye to win the leg. You know what I mean. For a break of throw, double 12. What a dart. after going low on the 60. Then it in the 57 and the 24. Looks on.
Here he goes again. As good as we've seen Chris Doby in this year's Premier League.
Well, it's as good as we've seen anyone. Didn't need to go that way. Yeah, you're right, Mark. It'd be best of 19 in the semi-final, best of 21 in the final. We know Luke and Luke have been head and shoulders above, but it's all on the night. It's a great setup by Chris, but will he get a poke? Will he get a poke? The answer is yes.
Gets his chance here, Chris Doby, to restore the two-leg cushion. 2 missed starts for Luke Litler.
Oh.
And that expression tells a lot. Yeah, there we are, it's kicked right, but brilliant dart from Doby. Went over to the left-hand side, went over the top of that dart. Going back up. Leaves the 170, which he had a crack at in the opening leg. He'll hope to take it out in what will be the final leg and put himself in the final.
It leaves him on a treble to single to ball, which he's going to get a poke at now. And you kind of feel the way Chris is playing that this 130 may be to save the match. He'll be disappointed if he doesn't get a poke at something here. Bullseye! Oh, look at that! Plumb in the middle.
5-2 opening a double break. You feel like you're pretty much there, but not against Luke Litler. Just ask Rob Cross, he led 5-1 the last time we were in Scotland in Glasgow and was chased down.
Here he comes! Look at it, look at it, look at the plumage going on. Wonderful. He was on a 9 earlier in this game. He's on it again.
Well, the crowd expects, Luke Litler expects. There's the first part. Well, he went the treble 17 for the double 15. That's what he did in Cardiff in that final. He couldn't quite do it. And sportly acknowledged by the crowd, but he's making his move at a crucial time. He needed a breaker throw. Looks like he's going to get it.
He may get his second 10-darter of the night. He had one against Luke Humphries. Can he get one here against Chris Doby? Is he going to bust it? Yes, he did. Savvy, Mark?
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
And you come inside on double 5, you're messing around 1 double 2, 3 double, whichever route you take. They're uncomfortable doubles. Give yourself the most double you're comfortable on. Pinch tops, 5 apiece, and now it's Luke Litler with the darts for a place in the final. For Luke Litler, Doby's at 5.
How many is he at? 5 or? Yeah. Another fantastic visit.
It's a brutal passage of play from Luke Litler for Chris Doby, but this is what Litler does. But he's not out the leg here yet, Chris. Brilliant dart. Oh.
Got to go. Double 15. I'm not sure that first dart helped at all.
He didn't move, did he? There was maybe an argument to shift to the left, but he just tried to force it through. But this, for another victory for Chris Doby over Luke Litler.
Composing himself. Taking his time here. He took his time, didn't he? Not saying it was the reason he missed, he may have just missed anyway.
And there was a little bit of a regrip as well. I don't think it was set in his hand the last dart. Just about in that 3. But another final. Oh, he's missed. 4 for the match.
Incredible. The first dart was iffy at best. So were darts 2 and 3. I don't see him missing again, do you? Oh. That's That's a cracking dart. That is a cracking win. Chris Doby beats Luke Litler, who ends the night guaranteed top in this year's Premier League. But it's Chris Doby that beats Luke Litler 6-5 and moves through to the final, where he will play Nathan Aspenol the week after next.
Wayne, it's tough to win a match in the Premier League. Goodness knows you know that. And it's tougher to win a night of this format, isn't it? To win 3 matches on the night is a real tough test against this level of opposition.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the key. It's the level of opposition. Nathan, 1 up, has now cracked in a max and is in control.
The former World Match Play champion, and with a win in the Prem this year in Manchester, and who's to say he won't win the whole thing, the big one at the O2. He has played in finals night, but that was the behind closed door year in COVID. 2020 reached the final, lost to Dozer, Glenn Durrant.
Of course, yeah, Glenn won. I forgot about that.
I've mentioned him 3 times tonight.
Hi, Glenn. The 2-zip.
He gets very excited when we mention him, and why wouldn't he? Good dart, 32 left, double 16 for 2-0, as Wayne says. On the wire, in the target, and Nathan Aspenol ploughs on here. These 2 players at the start of the night, Wayne, and you'll know this, were the 2 of the outsiders of the entire 8-man field.
Yeah.
Playing well tonight. Can he carry on from the Granite City to the Steel City, Aspenol, and can he then go on to old London town and do it again?
Yeah. Why not? Look at him.
How about this? Well, he's absolutely on fire here, Nathan Aspenol.
It's Doby. I'm not going to say quietly going about his business, because that's kind of what he does, but his standard this evening has been as good as anyone's. Really has. Important little passage of play here. Don't forget, Michael van Gerwen will be hoping that Nathan Aspenol does not win this game. Again! For all the grouping he's done, I expected that to go in.
And that was the Doby trademark finish, which he unveiled at the match play last year, the 96 that way. 32 now. Needs it. Can't find it. The single 20, double 19, double 19, very much the Doby finish. And Aspenol here has left 19.
Stay away from the 19. The 3-1. Moving over, opening up the bed as Chris can't look. Well, he doesn't have to look, he'll hear it.
Here Hugh Ware describing what's happened, underlining what has happened. He's a chance if Doby can't clean this up, and that will eliminate any possibility of that happening here. So Aspenol with a long-range bid for a 4-1 lead.
Well, hit a 57 with his last dart in the previous visit. Needs it again. And we could see 2 double 18s. 60 for ball for 4-1.
64. Drinks you require 110.
Halves the score to all intents and purposes. And Doby here, 18 to lead, double 16 to close the gap again. It's another missed dart in his favourite double.
Yeah. I know it was a good dart, a double, but I just don't feel when he's had 3 in hand at that tonight, he's attacked it for how well he's played.
It's 13 of them. Choice here, 12 or 20. 20 the pick to lead, double 16 to hoist Doby by his own petard and go 4-1 up.
When he was off for a while. Well, Chris Doby is relaxed to some tune after throwing away that last leg, and he's now sitting on 58 after 9. But he may not get another shot this evening.
Well, Chris Doby's going to get a chance to keep the plate spinning. 18 for tops. For double 10. Well, 1 for 10 on doubles is not going to get the job done, and he knows that.
Yeah, he's been so good tonight as well. Not to be, maybe. He may come back. Relying on this man missing is not normally the way forward.
Tops for the match.
58. Chrissy McGuire, 20.
Well, Chrissy's darts lay slightly over to the right, so if he's outside... Christopher! He'll be so annoyed. He's had a wonderful evening of darts, but it may end on a bit of a low here.
Nathan McGuire, 20.
Double 10 from Nathan Aspenol. It's Aspenol in Aberdeen. What a night for the Asp in the north of Scotland. He beats Michael van Gerwen to get into the playoff places. He beats Doby in the final, and that means if Michael van Gerwen does not win the night in Sheffield, that man is at the O2.